What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I'm your host, Dustin, singer, actor Lewis. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea, but it's absolutely what you want and it's definitely what you need. And child, listen, we need to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because when I tell you, if ever I had doubts that the Real Housewives of Atlanta can't give it to me like they used to, Angelaoakley restored faith in me, baby. She restored all the faith in me. But before we dive into it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share with a family member, share with a friend, so we can grow our community over here. And you know, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the summer. So share with your people, child. Let's get into things. Let's go ahead and grow our community. And let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen. Shout out to Angelaoakley. That's all I'm going to say before we dive into it. Shout out to Angelaoakley. Let's go ahead. So the episode opens up with Cynthia, Adrian Malouf, and Phaedra. You know, they're talking about the tequila line and the Dallas trip. I'm super excited for this Dallas trip. I love when they have a good girls trip. And I love Cynthia Bailey. Also, it was good to see Adrian. Like, her energy was kind of weird. It was not you can tell that that's not her like franchise. But I would like to see her come back to the Real Housewives of... What was she on? OC or Beverly Hills? She was on... I don't know. I can't remember, actually. She was on one of them. But I would like to see her come back. Child, I want to see the lady come back, but I can't even remember which one the lady was on. But nonetheless, I want to see the lady come back. So, when they arrived to the airport, the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls, everybody, honestly, for the most part, everybody looked cute. But I'm going to tell you, that doggone Porsha... Baby, that outfit was dynasty down. Like, Porsha looked phenomenal. Phaedra, second runner-up, phenomenal outfit. She looked great as well. Everybody looked good. But I guess I didn't realize so many of the people on the cast had never seen Dynasty. Like, how have you not seen Dynasty? I done seen episodes of Dynasty, and half them heifers older than me. So I know they done seen a little piece of Dynasty. And we all from the South. Girl, y'all know Dynasty, baby. Listen. Diane Carroll, honey, all the peoples, you gotta get into the Dynasty. If you're not watching, listen, that's why the reads ain't hitting like they used to, because the girls not watching. You need to get into Dynasty. If you want to get you a good read, girl, go to the old school Dynasty, because the way they used to read with class, that's why these girls can't do it like they used to. But guess who can? Angelaoakley. And we're gonna leave it at that. So, you know, they get the, you know, it's Pinky and it's K Michelle's first girl trip, which I'm shocked that it's Kay's first girl trip, because she was on Love and Hip Hop for so long. But now that I think about it, Love and Hip Hop didn't do trips like that until like later on. So I can kind of see that, but I'm happy for them. And it's honestly, for the most part, this group is a cool group. Like, I can see everybody just honestly getting along. Yes, there are some issues between certain people, but overall, I do enjoy this group. I think they have a really good foundation to have good friendships. It ain't gonna happen, but they do have a foundation to have good friendships. Now, Cynthia, you did the doggone thing with this plane. That private plane was everything, girl. That was tea. Shout out to you. You did the doggone thing with the red carpet to the Sprinter, and you did the doggone thing with this place. But child, when Pinky was blessed in the plane, she was taking a long time. But let me tell you something. If I'd have been on that plane, I said, baby, you take all the time you need. I'd be so scared in the air. Every time I get in a plane, people are like, you know, it's just like riding in a car. No, it is not. I don't understand why people are like, being in the airplane is just like riding in a car. I don't know what type of cars y'all been riding in. It is nothing of the sort, honey. It is nothing of the sort. When I feel like I am flying through a tin can through the air, that's what I feel like I'm doing. When I'm in the car, I feel like I'm driving in a nice little luxury sedan. When I'm in the air, I feel like I am in a can of sweet peas zooming through space. I don't care for it. I be shaking, I be stirred, and I'm not a martini. Plane ride scare me. So Pinky, baby, you get down to the good Southern Baptist Bible Belt prayer. You dig down deep, baby. Get people shouting, speaking in tongues, because we need to make sure this plane lands safely. So shout out to Pinky for that, girl. So, you know, on the plane, you know, the ladies, they're talking about their bankruptcies, and Shamia gets a little nervous, you know, because she's wanting to embark on her journey for her own things that she wants to do, and hearing the ladies talk about, you know, Pinky and Angela talk about bankruptcies, you know, she kind of is just like, is this the best thing for me to do? Shamia, you got a man that got a lot of money. you'll be good, girl. And the other ladies do too. That's no shade to them. But Shamia, you gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely gonna be good. So, on the back of the plane, they asking K. Michelle, they're like, hey girl, did you ask your man for a prenup? And she said no. Talking about, he's a real dentist. He don't even have no social media. He don't have none of that. But in your confessional, you were talking about, like, you said you believe all men cheat. I don't know. Like, it's like, Kay, that was just weird to me. I don't know if I would say that about my partner, but I mean, you could be speaking from experience. I don't know if I would say that and then not get a prenup if I feel like the man is going to cheat. Because if he does cheat and y'all do get a divorce, he could still come after you for some of your assets. If in the event that he has less than you, I don't know. But yeah, Kay, I wish you would have gotten a prenup. I will say that. I don't know the man. He seems cool, but y'all have had y'all's back and forth. Y'all have been doing this thing with you two for a long time. So I wish you would have gotten a prenup just in case. So prenups are just to protect your assets, to make sure you have something left for your children. Get your prenup. I'm just saying, everybody get a prenup. I'm just saying, go and get you one. So, Kay, you should have got one. You should have talked to somebody, and you should have got a doggone prenup. All right, so they land. They in the little car. They driving, and they asking Drew about her dating Black. And she said she went on a date with the man. He gave her 200 roses, boop-de-boop-de-boo. But she still ain't, official with the man. She ain't really dating the man. They just friends. I don't know why she's so dead set on not claiming this man. And if I were him, I'll be so, like, turned off. It'll be so off-putting for me that you are so dead set on not wanting to make it official, not wanting to date me. Because it seems like he's very interested in you. But it doesn't seem like you're interested in him, or it seems like you're playing a game with a relationship, and I don't like that, Drew. But child, quiet as it's kept, the man over there messaging K. Michelle either. Anyway, so I guess it really, really don't matter. And when Drew was like, oh, well, Kay, you and him are friends, Kay said, I don't know that man. I know that's right, Kay. Kay said, listen, I'm a married woman. I don't know nothing about that man. All I know is that man was sliding in my DMs talking to himself. That ain't had nothing to do with me. And when they showed the DMs, if I was Black, I'd be so embarrassed. Baby, y'all have to cut me a check, because I'd be too embarrassed down here the way that they cutting up on you, good sir. But yeah, you were definitely in the ladies' DMs. You and K. Michelle, y'all might be familiar, but y'all not friends. I know that's right, Kay. You got to let him know. So they make it to the house. This compound was phenomenal. It was beautiful. I think it was great. Cynthia did her big one with that compound that she had the lady staying on. I also really do like the way she did the rooms. I think she did a good job overall. And I don't think that Cynthia was trying to cause any drama or trying to be messy with the room assignments. It made sense the way she did it. So she had a solo house, like a tiny house. She was like, hey, Pinky, you give the vibe that you like kind of you cool with being on your own. We'll give you that. I could see her giving that to either Pinky or K. Michelle. Either one. But Pinky more so. So I can see her putting Pinky there. When she talks about the two that are, they always with each other. They bosom buddies. They's best friends. We're going to put y'all in the pool house. Which the pool house was nice. It wasn't like it was anything tiny. It just was a little smaller than the main house. She put Shamia and Kelly there. And I don't think that Cynthia was truly messy about that. And I really feel like it was more so production, like put them two out there and leave everybody else in the main house. I can see production more so doing that too. But if we're going to really talk about people who going to be in the main house and going to get the nicest rooms, don't get me wrong, Pinky and Kay, they knew. But them some bosses. Y'all can get on out there. Kelly, you hanging on by a wing and a prayer anyway. You take whatever room we're going to give you. And Shamia, we like you sometimes, but you can go on out there too with her. Because y'all want to be best friends. Y'all going out there to the pool house. So, I think it was cute the way Cynthia did it. I don't think that she was trying to be malicious or any ill intent by that. And I like the way that Porsha got that big old donkey booty up and started running for her a good room. It was good. It was good. It was good. I really, really like this. It was cute. Love this episode. But of course, Kelly and Shamia, they not too happy with their arrangements. So we see Angela go over to check in on Shamia and Kelly. And, Kelly just doesn't understand why they were put over there. She said freaking freaking Whack should have been put over there in the pool house because they best friends or whatever. And she said she already know that Angela gonna run back and tell it, and I'm glad that you know it because you know Angela is. Baby, Angela gonna definitely go over there and spill the beans, and I'm glad she did because Angela definitely set this party off right. Shout out to Angela. But, I mean, y'all, real talk, it makes sense for y'all to be over there. It just does. Like, Cynthia just not the type to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just cause some drama and put them over there. Like, no, like, it makes sense for the both of y'all to be over here. It just does. Y'all are best friends. Go over there. Now, apparently the rooms were real dirty. They were nasty. They wasn't extremely dirty. Like, it was a little spot on one of the sheets, I guess. And then, like, it was some spots that were, like, weren't the cleanest. But all you had to do was have a conversation with Cynthia. Of course, Cynthia would have fixed it. Cynthia is just easygoing. She even killed. She would have took care of y'all. But it's just all about having a conversation with her. So, speaking of having a conversation with Cynthia, everybody gets ready for dinner, right? So they make it to the dinner. We see Porsha up there glistening up them good bosoms, honey. She looking good. So everybody got that glam for the most part. And we see certain people make it to dinner. We see Porsha. We see Angela. We see Drew. We see Phaedra. And we see Pinky. Shamia and Kelly aren't coming to dinner because they didn't even change. They didn't even take a shower because their rooms were not clean. So they didn't take a shower to come. And K. Michelle said she doesn't have glam. So she was not going to be partaking in this dinner. And I'm going to be real. I just feel like that was a little disrespectful. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more once we get to the end of this. But I just want those ladies to know you didn't do yourselves any favors. You didn't do yourselves any favors. And when we get to it, we're going to definitely talk about why. Because y'all weren't missed. I'm going to put that out there. Y'all definitely were not missed. But I do feel like, I understand, Kay, you didn't have your glam. I understand you want to look like, you know, your best self. But you are a beautiful woman regardless. Girl, you should have showed up over there with a fresh face and looked phenomenal and had the dinner. Like, you could have still came to the dinner. It just felt like you just didn't want to participate. And for this to be your first season, I just feel like you were a little too new to just be like, I'm not coming to this dinner. Like, I don't know. It just is. I really enjoy K. Michelle. I've enjoyed K. Michelle personally. I think that she's phenomenal. I love her singing. I love her personality. But some of the things that she's doing on this show, I gotta be honest, I'm not caring for. I'm not caring for how she is showing up. Like, that dinner situation just really rubbed me the wrong way. You didn't come because you didn't have glam. Like, I just didn't like that. Like, you should have showed up to the dinner. Y'all definitely could have. And just to show Cynthia a little respect, y'all could have done that. So, so they talk about the room situation and, hold on, wait. Okay, no, let's talk about the, Kay meets up with Shamia and Kelly. So Kay Michelle goes and meets up with Shamia and Kelly. So she goes and meets up with them. They have a little conversation. And Kelly opens up about her ex having a press conference and basically blocking her from having the girls film on the show. I hate that Kelly's going through that. You know, she gets emotional about the situation. I hate that. You know, a lot of people do block the kids from being on the show. But Kelly, you got a lot going on personally anyway that you can still talk about, so it's okay. Like, I think that you will have enough to talk about on your own that you don't even have to necessarily show your kids, and you will still get a lot from you if you are willing to show us that. But it's a sad situation. I hate that he's just making it worse for you, right? Like, he's just making it uncomfortable. He's making it worse. He don't got to do all of that. And like she said, you're not doing this to protect the kids. You're doing this to try to hurt me, and that's all it is. So. Men sometimes just get real nasty when it comes to divorce, and I hate that she's going through that. So we make it back to the dinner, right? I keep doing that. We make it back to the dinner, and Pinky was just doing too much. She was doing too much, but I also did enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but she was doing too much. because, they get to talking about it, and she's asking, Cynthia, she's filling the ladies in on her going to go talk to Kelly and Shamia and how they felt, and she just lets it be known, hey, I told them that I'll give them my room, and then, I can stay with one of y'all. Because, their room wasn't it wasn't clean, anybody would have had an issue. And I'm with Porsha, like, so this is the reason y'all can't come to dinner. Y'all could have just simply had a conversation with Cynthia. She could have just got the people to clean the room, and like, y'all would have been good. Like, it's not that deep. And that's the thing. I don't get why they just couldn't come to dinner. Like, you're sitting at the pool, y'all on the same compound. Like, you can literally hear the argument that's going on. So, like, why not just come to dinner? Like, it just was, I don't know. It just was stupid. Like, I just did not like that. I did not understand why they didn't come to dinner. But, like, when Pinky was asking Cynthia on her intent of putting them out there, it was just like, no, there was no ill intent. I had the good intentions. They are the besties of the group. So let me put them over there. It only made sense for me to put them over there. And I think that everybody, for the most part, agrees. And so, they started talking about that, and Cynthia did not have any ill intent. It was, Cynthia was coming from a cool place. And I love when Cynthia was like, Pinky, the energy that you giving me and how you talking about the situation, that wasn't the conversation that I had with them. They were cool. I apologized to them. I told them that I was going to call the people, to have the people cool, clean the room, and everybody was good. But you make it seem like they was upset. They, were questioning my intent. They don't understand why I did what I did. Like, it just wasn't matching. And then even Angela was talking about it. She was like, Pinky, girl, you good? Like, because it just was Pinky. You just came in real, just like raw about the situation. And it didn't need all of that. It just needed you to simply just have a conversation with the ladies about what was going on. And Angela had to drop in that whole freaking wax situation. And baby, Phaedra got them together in that confessional. And shout out to Miss Phaedra, because that was cute. I like what she did there with the comparison of the champagne. She said, baby, we are, what she said, Vouv, and they are, no, she under Moet, and then they are Andres. Baby, she did that. Yes, God. But that was really, 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 really cute. But, they get back on the subject of the pool house, and it wasn't a dig. It was not a dig. It just was too much. Like, it just wasn't all of that. Like, you just let it go. You coming on a bit strong, Pinky, just move on and let it go. So, Drew asked Porsha about her situation with Kelly and how they're moving. And baby, let me tell you something about Porsha. Porsha said, child, yeah, I said that the lady, was with a married man. That was true, allegedly, according to Porsha. That was true, allegedly. And, but, it's a lot of other stuff going on in the group, so we can talk about that. Porsha let it be known, baby, y'all can back up off of me. If I want to talk to the girl, I'll talk to her. If I don't want to talk to her, I don't have to. But back to y'all drama. Pinky, how you and Phaedra over here doing? See, that's the thing. Porsha, one thing about Porsha, she ain't scared to throw that Phaedra under the bus. She did it at that reunion when she sat up there and said, Kandi sent me a cease and desist, so I'ma allow Phaedra to speak on my behalf since she the one that told me. One thing about it, Porsha gonna always get herself up out that corner, and it's always at Phaedra expense. Phaedra, I don't know why you keep fooling up with her, because she gonna always throw you under the bus. Porsha is for herself. And you know what? Good for her, Phaedra, because you were doing too much lying. Now, you honest now, but you're doing a little too much lying. So, we get into the whole Pinky and Phaedra, the whole meat gate of it all. And we already know who said it. It wasn't nobody at the table but Kelly who said it. And, I'm just so ready for the reunion so they can actually talk about this actual situation, because Phaedra was like, I didn't say that. She said, why would I call Shamia and just be like, the girl eat meat, the girl eat meat? No, she was like, girl, that girl used to have a Jamaican restaurant selling meat back in the day. That's all it was. Like, it wasn't that deep. It was just a cute little funny shady moment, and that was it. Like, Shamia, that was nothing for you to run back and go tell. So, as, the ladies are having a conversation, we see Cynthia go and check in on the ladies at the pool. And, Cynthia made sure that they had plates put aside. Like, Cynthia was just like, hey, y'all, I just want to check in, make sure that y'all, we're good. I know, we have somebody coming to clean the room, but, when they're like, oh, we good, she was like, okay, because I heard that y'all was upset with me or had questions about why things went the way they did, and I just want to make sure that we're good. And, they're like, well, we were upset, but, no, we're good. Their energy compared to how Pinky was delivering the situation is totally different. And I think that Cynthia is more so hurt because that's just not, like, why would Cynthia want to do that? Like, that's just weird. Like, it's just a weird situation. And that's the thing with, like, Shamia sometimes. I don't understand, why would you think that Cynthia would just randomly do that to you? Like, her and Kelly don't know each other as much as y'all do, but that ain't really Cynthia. Now, Cynthia have her moments, but she don't necessarily do stuff like, well, that wasn't a shady moment. It just wasn't. Like, it just wasn't a shady moment. It was just what it was. Like, it just was true. Okay. All right. So, Cynthia gonna have somebody come around there and clean it or whatever, but we get back to the table. And child, it was World War 20. World War Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. When I tell y'all, that Pinky versus Angela, baby, popcorn. When I tell you it was so good, so delicious, it was as sweet as St. Lucia, baby, it was everything. I loved every ounce of that back and forth. Baby, Porsha said, Angela, what's going on? And then Angela had made a little face, and then Pinky was like, what's going on? What's up? Speak on it, Angela. And Angela's like, girl, why is you so bothered? Like, what's going on? Why is you bothered by me? And baby, they got the going back and forth. They got the sparring back and forth. Them girls was tongue wrestling back and forth. But let me tell you something. And it took me back, baby. It took me back to when it took me back to Nene and that doggone Claudia Jordan. It took me back, baby. And all I wanted Kandi to be there so somebody could look at Kandi and be like, well, Kandi, why don't you see if they're checking around Puerto Rico, see if there's a studio, we can go and drop some beats. I just needed somebody to do something like that because everything about this thing was perfection. When I tell you, Porsha was just over there, ain't know what to do. Phaedra, her blonde wig shook and shaking and stirred. Baby, Drew over there don't know what to do. When I tell you, everybody was just sitting there like, abort mission. Y'all is reading each other down. And then when she said, not Mr. Clean, baby, Angela, Pinky, she ate you up. Now, Pinky, this is when I knew she ate you up, because Pinky thought that she was going to get up and leave. Angela said, oh, wait, where you going? Why don't you sit down and tell us more about your family businesses? Or whatever she said. Baby, Angela was not taking her foot off of Pinky's neck. And let me tell you something, too, Pinky. Pinky, you were getting high. Angela was cool, calm, and collective. It was the way Angela was delivering it. It was just, and it was so natural. It was so nasty, so natural, but so right. Everything about that, baby. When I tell you, Pinky girl, she had you look like a pinky finger by the way that y'all got done. Baby, she ate you up, and then you say you can kiss my rump. Then Phaedra over there talking about some, if somebody say that to me, I want it to be a lifted, plump rump. They was eating the pole lady up left and right. And then the nail in the coffin when Angela had said, y'all got a wife over there in the basement. Whoa, Angela, calm down, girl. You took it too low. But it was perfect. It was perfection. If I have to rate that fight 10, the best part of the episode. But let me tell you something about the other ladies that were sitting over there at the pool. While they was over there at the pool dipping their feet in the water, trying to cool off, these ladies over here at this dinner table that y'all couldn't come to because y'all couldn't take a shower and y'all didn't have no glam, them ladies were over there working. So what y'all did, right? What y'all did was y'all let the audience know we don't need y'all. The way that them ladies at the table carried on and we didn't need y'all at all. And y'all know it was a good scene because you see them coming. They came up. They could come up for that. You see, they came up. They were cool with not having their glam. They were cool with not being able to take their showers. They were cool when the scene was really moving, shaking, when people was putting in the good work. They wanted to come and be a part of it. No. Y'all was over there at that pool. Keep your feet in that water. We don't need you. And that's the thing. I think funkydineva says this all the time. Don't ever let nobody know that they can do the job without you. Y'all let the people know they don't need y'all. So if y'all don't get asked back next season, it's y'all fault because y'all have let us know these ladies can carry the scene and it be good and they don't miss a beat without the three of y'all. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say. But Pinky, I'm gonna say this. I don't think that Pinky is aggressive. I think that Pinky has an assertive tone. I think that's what it is. You know, because they come to a resolve at the end and just let her know, like, hey, and like I said, I'm not saying that Pinky is aggressive because I don't think she is. I think that Pinky is one of those people when she speaks very matter of fact and she's assertive. But I don't think she's aggressive when she speaks. I think that she's just very like, hey, this is what it is. It's just boss. She's just a boss. If this is what it is, this is what it is. She's not missing her words. She's laying it out there. And that's why it sometimes for some people can make them a little uncomfortable. But I do think that Pinky was coming in a little hot. Because she just, like I said, it was just matter of fact. I don't think that she was meaning anything by it at all. But when I tell you, this has been the best episode of the season. And I just need more of this. I feel like it's got me energized. It has me back reinvigorated with these ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I can't wait to see where we go from here. Because I'm starting to see little sprinkles with like the Drew and K. Michelle-ish situation kind of happening there. But we definitely going to get into the pieces. And it looks like next episode, Cynthia and the ladies going to get into it too about that whole room situation. Because Cynthia ain't too happy about it either. But when I tell you everything about this was a 10, Angela Oakley gets the 100% she did that award. Angela was the MVP, baby. She is singing the doggone tea this week. Shout out to Angela Oakley, baby. This is the Angela Oakley stands account. We got Porsha and Angela Oakley up there at the top of the rankings for this singing the tea account. But them girls doggone did the doggone thing. All right, y'all. We're going to end the video here because I can talk about this all night. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share the family members, share with a friend so we can grow our community over here. But until next time, have a good one, everybody.